Hey guys, welcome. Welcome back, welcome aboard, welcome home. However that lands for you is perfect. Let's have a conversation about what's up this week. This week being the 13th of February through the 19th, 2023. This is a kind of an interesting sort of week. There's like a big kind of cosmic do-si-do happening. We have a couple of, well, we've got 5 actually, kind of cosmic pairs hanging out. There's Pluto and Mercury, the Sun and Saturn, Venus and Neptune, Jupiter and Chiron, and Uranus in the North Node, right? So this is kind of a setting for some focuses, right? Some themes, some kind of condensations, you know, a kind of course we get the 10 of Cups on Valentine's Day. Look at that. Well, we'll talk about it as we go. How about that? So let's start on Monday. We start this week with a Scorpio moon, right? We have a trine to Venus, which is in Pisces, a trine to Neptune, which is in Pisces, one of those couplets. We have a square to the Sun and Saturn, both in Aquarius. Again, another one of those couplets. And then in the evening, we have a sextile to Pluto. And then the moon moves into Sagittarius. So here's the deal. That moon at depth, right? This is a Scorpio moon. So it's about feelings. It's about union. It's about how we relate, right? It might be hard to get out of bed on Monday. That dream time might be just a little bit too lovely. That bed just a little bit too lush and inviting. Take a big whiff of that kind of energetic scenting, right? So that it can linger, right, in that yummy kind of way and carry you through the day. Your identity and your sense of getting shit done at those functional depths are going to be kind of highlighted. So the nature of your who, right, as it relates to your soul, will feel like it's under scrutiny today. If that's the case for you, do not back away. And even if it feels like you want to, resist the temptation to step off the platform, so to speak, because after that moon moves into Sagittarius in the evening, you're going to change your tune on that, right? Sagittarius is about that immersion energy. So it's going to compel you, invite you, right, to dive in. On Tuesday, it's Valentine's Day if you're a celebrator of pop culture holidays. So we start with a Sagittarius moon. We sextile, right, Mercury. Then we trine Jupiter and Chiron. Wow, these cards are challenging me today. And then we oppose Mars later on in the evening. And then we have kind of a little quincunx to Uranus. So here's the deal. Today is the day to remember that love is a verb, right? On Valentine's Day, always, right? It's a day that's going to feel a little bit hard to be still. Wow, hello. If that's the case for you, don't be still. Move, right? Be in action. And if you should choose to be love in action, even better. Step over any of your old stories and step out of any of your old boxes. Really be in expression of your feelings, no matter how weird that might feel to you, no matter if it feels vulnerable or like you're going to speak a different language. It's okay. The people who are your people are going to hear you. And if you should happen upon an aha today, welcome it, right? Welcome it. If you should happen upon an aha today, welcome it. On Wednesday, the 15th, we start the day with Venus in Pisces conjunct Neptune in Pisces. That's a big conjunction. The Sagittarius moon will square Neptune and Venus, right? Big deal. And then sextile the Sun and Saturn before moving into Capricorn almost at the end of the day, right, at 11 o'clock Central. So here's the deal. Mind your dream time on Wednesday morning. Mind your dream time. Keep all the scraps your dream feeds you today. They will inevitably point you toward that feeling of home, that better felt than spoken sense. The moon squares Neptune and Venus, right? Higher and lower octaves. So it's really going to create an opportunity for you to kind of put those dreams into motion, right? We've got that Sagittarius moon, which is all about immersion, which is all about how do I relate to, right? How do I put myself into the story? So how do you put yourself into that sense of home, both in the 3D and in the divine realms, right? The higher connectivity. So you have the power to get shit done today, right? With that sextile to the sun and Saturn. Remember that you are a creator, right? And that you're always creating. So utilize that dream energy. Don't look away from it. Put it into motion, right? On Thursday, the 16th, the sun in Aquarius conjuncts Saturn, right? Definitely an exciting day. Then we have a Capricorn moon that's going to square Jupiter and Chiron, sextile Mars in Gemini, and then trine Uranus. So it's a day of getting shit done, right? Today, your function is going to affect your identity very strongly. And so if you feel repressed or oppressed or depressed, the key is to allow that to be expressed, right? So always revert to your function, even though you might feel bound or over analytical about that function. It doesn't matter. Just do something. Move your physical body. That is what this energy is requiring. Actual motion, right? Motion. Even in the bottom line is that, you know, Mars is in Gemini. So that motion can be the motion of your potential, right? Action potential in your nervous system is a real thing, right? Your action potential is what dictates how available you are, how your capacity is for that motion. So do something. February the 17th on Friday, that Capricorn moon is going to sextile Neptune and Mercury, and then Mercury is going to sextile Jupiter, and then the moon is going to conjunct Pluto, wow, and move into Aquarius almost at the end of the day. So Friday is going to demand either a pause for clarity or a breath for timing, right? We know divine timing is our timing. And we also know that it's much better to ask for clarity than, than wonder. So that Capricorn moon's aspects to Neptune and Pluto, Mercury and Jupiter, you might be leading yourself on kind of a verbal demolition, right? If you choose to open your mouth and speak. Or you can speak the next right thing into existence. And here's the deal. Sometimes those are exactly the same thing. And sometimes they're both necessary. So if you have a thing to say, say it, knowing that the wider consequences simply are, right? We judge them good or bad, but they simply are. Yeah. On Saturday, the 18th of February, that Aquarius moon is going to sextile Jupiter, and then the sun will move into Pisces. How exciting. The Aquarius moon conjuncts Neptune, the Aquarius moon conjuncts Mercury, sextiles Chiron, and then squares Uranus at the end of the day. So Saturday is the day where big integrations are available, right? Feelings are amplified, right? And easier to recognize. And then once the sun moves into Pisces, I mean, it's going to blow the doors off, right? So here's the deal. Remember to speak your feelings, to claim them. And Pisces season is a time for truth. It's a time for vulnerability, right? It's a time for your heart to air its truth. So here's the thing. Avoid avoidances. Avoid avoidant behavior. The key to the key to Pisces energy is to express it, right? If you have feelings, of course, and we all do, that need to be aired, the key is to air them, right? To witness how you can express them. Why, thank you. In their fullest, in their most accurate, in their clearest, in their truest, in their most resonant, right? And so during Pisces season, we definitely want to avoid avoidant behaviors, right? So mind your addictions, right? Mind, and here's the deal. We can view addictions as positive or negative, right? Addictions can be, I work all the time. I am an overworker. I run despite everything. You know, we can be addicted to working out. We can be addicted to being on our phone. We can be addicted to sex. We can be addicted to alcohol. We can be addicted to drugs. We can be addicted to anything, right? We can be addicted to anything. So mind your addictions. Mind the way that they are creating space for you to be out of your expression of your truth, right? This is why we have addictions, right? When we're not in full claiming of our truths. So the key here is this energy as the sun moves into Pisces, right? We have beautiful aspects to Mercury and Chiron and Uranus, which really highlight the capacities for expression and healing and change. Here's the deal. You can choose to let it be easy, or you can make it hard. That's up to you, but you get to make that choice, right? You get to make that choice, right? Just make the choice. Sunday, the 19th, the Aquarius moon will trine Mars early in the day, literally 1 minute after midnight, Central Time. And then Venus in Pisces is going to sextile Pluto. Big deal energies. And then the moon in Aquarius is going to, hello, thank you, conjunct Saturn. And then later in the evening, the moon moves into Pisces. And then I'm going to kind of tag into Monday, because at 1:06 a.m. Central Time into Monday morning is the 1 degree Pisces new moon. So I want to kind of hang that in the balance, because it matters for this week and it matters for next week as well. But I think it bears stating that literally, 66 minutes into the next day, we're going to be dealing with experience of that 1 degree Pisces new moon, right? So, yeah. So anyway, on Sunday, here's the deal. The possibilities are endless. I saw you, friend, on that Sunday. It might be a perfect day to stay kind of in that insular space of your own bed, of your own bedroom, right? Who's there with you and what you do there is fully your choice. But the day's energy is very lush. It's very intimate. It's very insulated, with a capacity for that kind of beautiful, deep reverie, right? Venus, sextile, Pluto is a beautiful energy. So how you choose to experience that as lush and intimate, right, is a choice. Later in the evening, when the moon conjuncts Saturn, it's about what you do, certainly, but guess what? The moon moves into Pisces not long after that. So this whole day is kind of a beautiful, blurry, feelings-driven day. So make sure that you're feeling your way through Sunday and into that new moon, right? Allow perhaps your Sunday to be a day where you really step into the space of your intentions for that next lunar cycle. Yeah, so I just kind of want to wrap up by saying those cosmic pairs, right? We talked about how they, thank you, of course, how they interplay with one another, right, this week. And so there are themes, right? And the themes, let's talk about it. we have kind of revolutionary expression, right, from your depths. We have new or renewed habits, right? So if you had a New Year's resolution that you'd like to create, or something that you would like to add, now is a beautiful time to do that. Again, telling your new or big narratives, right? And perhaps sudden awarenesses, really being open to how that shapes your purpose or activates your purpose or realigns your destiny, right? It's really a beautiful thing. And so be mindful of how the energies this week feel to you and what's being activated for you, because there are some pretty specific condensations. Let's have conversation. So on Monday, we've got the Page of Cups and the Tower. So this is about new feelings and cataclysmic change, right? So we talked about this as being a day where you kind of want to be in your feels, right? It's a beautiful thing. We have all that really yummy kind of dreamtime carryover, the echoes, right, which are just kind of those peripheral, out of the corner of your eye, right, in that last little corner of your brain where something spirals back up and you're like, oh yeah, I remember what that dream was about. So the key here is if you become a little activated by anything there, make sure that you are always witnessing the nature behind it, right? Not backing away, but diving in, right? Not backing away, but diving in. The Tower creates a situation where if you're not listening to those things, it might feel like you get booted off the cliff, right? So instead, choose to stay in that watery, dreamy kind of energy. Allow that to be your pulling forward, right? Especially with that moon squaring the Sun and Saturn. So just kind of pay attention to your function and your chosen mode of action, right? On Valentine's Day. Come on, we get the Ten of Cups, we get the Hermit. This is beautiful. We talked about this as being a day where we are love as a verb, right? To be in action, right? This is being in action. Allow your beingness to be your action. Retelling your old stories, right? Retelling anything that's got you spiraling, right? Express your feelings, no matter how weird, right? The Hermit is always in touch with that deepest felt sense. And the Ten of Cups says, wow, this is what we're creating, right? Express your feelings, no matter how weird. Your people will always hear you. And be on the lookout for that aha, right? It might surprise you. It might come out of nowhere. It might come out of the darkness and into the light. On Wednesday, I love this, the King of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. So this is really that sense of how we are creating, right? The Eight of Pentacles is mastery through practice. It is what you devote yourself to. It is what you dedicate yourself to, right? And this is, we have that day about like, come back to that dreamtime sense. It will always lead you home, right? And so the moon squaring Neptune and Venus really creates that sense of having that kind of echolocation, right? And then trusting that you have the capacity to put those dreams into action, right? The King of Pentacles, he knows what he's doing, right? You can get shit done. You can become that thing. Your actions are going to create your existence. Remember, you are a creator, right? You're a creator. So immerse yourself in that art form of self-creation. Beautiful stuff. Woo. Yeah, I like it. Sorry, I was looking ahead a little bit. On Thursday, we've got the Ace of Pentacles and the Emperor. This is lovely. I love this Pentacles energy here. So this is about new ways to be in creation of your resourced self and your resources, right? We've got the Sun conjunct Saturn today. So the Emperor is the sum of all kings. This is about really understanding what it's like to be in mastery, right? And if you need a new way, you have a new way available. So your function affecting your identity, right, on Thursday. If you feel any kind of repression or oppression or depression, revert to function, right? If you're in service, those feelings lessen necessarily, right? Perhaps not, it's not a cure, but it's definitely a way to put yourself into action, choosing that you can be in this physical realm, right? In your power, at least in one way. And then perhaps getting a new sense of how you can be of service to yourself, right? Never doubting that you have that power. Beautiful stuff. On Friday, we've got the Nine of Swords and the King of Swords. So here we go. The Nine of Swords is about anxiety. It's about what keeps you awake at night. It's about your ideas, your beliefs, your thoughts, your expressions, right? And the King of Swords says, we've got this, right? We understand how to communicate. We understand how to be in expression. So we talked about this as the day where we either pause for clarity or pause to allow breath to come into our timing, right? We understand that the Capricorn aspects to Neptune and Pluto are really going to either lead us into demolition or creation. And guess what? They're both necessary parts of the process. So how you stand in relation to, right? The Nine of Swords is a card of perspective. It's a card of worry. It's a card of anxiety. It means you're not present, right? In your here and now, right? And we already understand that being present is where our power lies. Being present is where our power lies. So this is about finding the balance in those ideas, in your beliefs, in your expectations, and understanding that you are the only one who can wield that sword of truth, right? And the fallout is the fallout, but the fallout is not your fallout. It's just the fallout. On Saturday, come on, the Empress and the Lovers, please, this is lovely. We talked about this as a day of big integration, right? Speak your feelings, claim them, and welcome Pisces season. Look, come on. The Empress is about fertile ground. The Empress is about understanding that we are the resource, right? Our connectivity to the divine is our resource. There is nothing that we're ever lacking. And the Lovers are saying that as you are that full divine representation, that full divine expression, only you in that state can become in union with anything else. So avoid your avoidant behaviors. Allow for expression and healing and change, right? The Empress as that fertile ground is all about change, right? It's all about planting seeds and knowing that they will come into fruition. Not worrying about it, right? Not worrying. The Empress does not worry. She expects, right? That is why she is always in that gravid state, right? Always in expectation, but not in mental expectation, in expressive expectation, right? I know what's coming, right? This is about divine choice. This is about divine union. And so while we are in that state of full truth and full vulnerability, while we are in that state of not being in avoidance, right? Which is what this Nine of Swords is. This is avoidant behavior. No, we're in expression. We're in acceptance, right? We're in certainty. We're in gratitude for all of those things, expression, healing, and change. Let it be easy. It is your nature. Right. Two of Pentacles, Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is about what we're willing to defend, right? It's about how we choose to expend our energy and witness our own capacity, right? To feel conflict and hold strong to what we know is true, right? That Two of Pentacles is about juggling, balancing, really understanding that it's okay to be in flow, right? It's necessary to be in flow. So we talked about this as that possibilities are endless day, right? The day that you might want to stay in bed and really witness those lush and intimate energies as being who and what you are, right? And who and what you experience today. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that expression? Are you willing to bank your energy on what you choose, right? Two of Pentacles is really about choice. Where am I choosing to balance? Where am I choosing to be in motion? Where am I choosing to be in support, right? And then the Seven of Wands says, yes, that's exactly what we're supposed to be doing. So as you stay in that space and really knowing that what you're doing, right, is what you're willing to defend. Witnessing that as coming into that new moon energy, right? So it's about that felt sense of how and what, and experiencing what you're creating. You know, I love it when the Bliss Becomes You card comes out. It always feels like a big validator to me. So this Bliss Becomes You is really just about your own experience of what you're doing and how you're creating your experience, and the ways in which you are willing to strip away everything that's outside you and allow your own real fire and spark, what's inside you, to show, right? We've got it all through this whole week. It's beautiful stuff, right? You are bliss. Just allow yourself to become it. So we've got the solar plexus chakra as our oracle card. Let's talk about that. Yeah, this is the balancing chakra that helps keep the energies of the other six aligned. It represents centering, control, balance, strength, and personal power in all aspects. So physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. This chakra resonates to the color yellow and the stones citrine and topaz and yellow calcite, none of which are represented here. But that's okay. When it appears in your reading, you're asked to examine your personal power. Does the situation you're inquiring about take away from your strength or contribute to it? Your intuition will help you with answering yes or no. This chakra reminds you that if a situation or individual takes away from your personal power, it is neither healthy nor essential to you, right? How we strip away what is unnecessary, right? How we allow what is not necessary to exit our field and experience. How we take on our own expression as personal power, right? How we witness love as a verb, right? Love as a verb. Consider Two of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, both verbs. These are action cards, right? Action cards. These are not passive cards. This is about juggling and knowing where you're leaning in. So, where are you leaning in, right? Where is your devotion? Where is your devotion? Ask yourself that question. Where is your devotion? Guess what? Your devotion is where your heart is. And the key is to allow anything that's not in alignment to leave your field. Woo. It's going to be a big old full moon, y'all. Have a great week. Big blessings. Yeah.